ladies and gentlemen, are here again with another episode of The Devil's Advocate. Good afternoon, everybody. How y'all doing? It is a very summery Friday. Almost supposed to be how y'all doing? I ain't get a chance to tag my and then, of course, today, I want to thank everybody for joining us. Of course, we've got our illustrious female co-host. Yeah, y'all need to. You can barely hear me. As loud as I am. Okay. Yeah, I'm just saying, you can barely hear me as loud as I am. Okay, we go try this again. So, okay. Now, can you hear me better now? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, we good. Okay, so as we get ready to do that, and of course, who else is here today? Let me see you over there. And his head is clean shaven again. My man over there, Mr. Head Sanford. How you doing there, bro?
What's up?
Okay. Good to see you today. Boy, you've been doing good. Thank you for keeping us on YouTube and posting the shows. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for it. Thank you so much. And don't forget, people, if you, and I know y'all be on YouTube because y'all see everything on YouTube just like I see everything on Facebook. Subscribe to our channel. We want to get our subscribers up. So, and of course, oh, wait a minute. Hold on, there you go. He might, I don't know, is he angry today? But we're going to find out. Our elder statesman is over there, Mr. Subade. What's up, baby boy? How you doing?
I ain't a baby, and I ain't your boy.
Wow. You're all right, bro. He hustle today. Look at this. He just go. It's all in on me. You okay there, Subade?
Yes, I'm fine. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Well, we glad for that.
I just need to stay out of them white churches.
Let's stay out of them white churches. Okay. Ooh. All right. Now, here we go. Okay. So today's topic, and I'm going to go and piggyback on this today because, you know, of course, Nikki G, she won't put me on blast when we now can't. Why we going to have to stop doing so much on relationships? So, okay.
That's your favorite subject.
But black people, okay, but hold on. Black people, Steve Harvey got rich off relationships. D.L. Hubie to a lot to.
Hold on.
Paternity test Tuesday.
But,
what you have to say? Come on.
Yeah, we know why he like to do relationship shows.
What you trying to say?
Insider.
Yeah, no, inside joke.
Insider. Yeah, boy, it was a wild weekend. So since everybody got their laugh for the weekend, and they're for the weekend, and the big eyes for the weekend, like, girl, did you see that on Facebook for the weekend?
Somebody did post some eyes in the group.
Yeah.
All I did was LOL.
Yeah, I saw that. People be thinking, just because I'm on the road, I see everything. I keep telling y'all I'm omnipotent when it comes to the devil's advocate.
Yep.
Yeah, don't put your boy G. Hang on. You believe this?
Yeah.
Wait, who said it was you? Because I didn't see your name.
You didn't see my name? No, I don't think anybody saw my name. Now, did they?
Did you see his name? I saw someone else's name, but I didn't see your name.
You saw my
That same person said women shouldn't go after the other woman. They should
go after the man.
I did see her. I did.
You noticed that?
I did.
Yeah, go after the other woman. I'm in love.
Mm-hmm. But hey, I most definitely agree. If someone had an issue, it should have been dealt with the male.
Really? Dealt with the male?
Not the alleged female.
The alleged female. The allegedly. We allegedly. See, okay, so I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. It's allegedly that this was going on. We're going to allegedly, next week, we're going to talk about that, going after people. That's what we're going to talk about.
Going after the wrong person.
Yeah, going after the wrong thing. I see a lot of people been doing that a lot lately. So, anywho, let's go and talk about today's topic because here's a piggyback off of something we talked about. We did pretty good last week with our woke conversation about can you have a if you're black, can you have a white spouse and still be woke? So the reason I want to piggyback off of this is because, I just want to go by what Dave said, that he said we need to stop going to white church. So here's my question, ladies and gentlemen.
But of course,
what?
A black pastor would say that because he wants you to bring him his money.
You want to bring his money?
You know, everybody.
Okay,
wanna
why
be,
you
you know,
wanna
a
get
lot
rid-
of
you
people
trying to
want
get
to
us
be a
cut off the air
You know, a lot
stuff
of
today,
people want
you
to be
know,
a
like
mega
that.
church. You know, everybody want to be a mega church.
Everybody wanna be a mega church.
Gets the membership up so they can give more tithes and offerings.
Tithes and offerings.
Yep.
That's kind of like consequences and repercussions. But okay, so let's talk about that today. Black people, and I only say this because sometimes I kind of cringe at the word plantation. Even with my
Or is
realtor,
it reservation?
yeah, off the reservation. Because well, I'm just saying, here go niggas. Y'all gotta be the smart one in the bunch. Oh, you talking about Native Americans? Yeah. Woo! Now, so here's the question: should black people? Is it time for us to get off the reservation? Or are we even on the reservation? Are we on it, and do we need to get off it?
Reservation or plantation? You said
See,
reservation.
now, okay, so
you
since
said
you're gonna make me
Well,
say
he
the
said-
word
he said he told me to put that on
plantation,
there.
are we on the plantation?
Okay. I didn't know because I never did go back and read the follow up, so I didn't know.
Well, thank you for being shady today. Let us know how much your attention span is.
My job is done.
Okay, so my thing is that should we get off it? And when we talk about the reservation, aka plantation, I'm talking about everything. I'm not talking about just the political plantation. I'm talking about the religious plantation, the relationship plantation. A lot of us seem to be stuck on this mentality mindset about certain things that's going on with us. So let's just start with the political side, because here's the thing. We already know what Kanye said a couple of weeks ago. And, of course, it was interesting because I never took Kanye as anybody that I would really – don't get me wrong. His first album was brilliant, okay? Now, he's been a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs after his mom passed away. He's been doing some wild stuff. And, of course, he married one of the Kardashians. And now he's got a baby by a colonizer. So, Kanye, come back, bro. Come back. So – here's the problem. When he said that, it seemed like the polls for Donald Trump jumped up supposedly by double. So
2 people.
Well, no. Well, yeah, 2 people. But that's 2 people too many. But here's the point I'm trying to put out here is that you have a considerable amount of black people. Even Chance the Rapper came out and said, well, black people don't have to vote Democrat, which to me, I think that's really kind of ignoramus, because if you're not voting Democrat, you're kind of voting Republican. It's kind of by default. There are 2 major political parties in this country.
Well, some black people feel that the Republicans are already against them, and the Democrat Party don't really fight hard for them. So they like, I don't know who to vote for. I don't know if I should even vote at all. That's what some black people feel.
They're picking.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my
The
question.
Democrats don't go hard for the issues.
There are other parties out there.
Well, they're independent. But those candidates really, when the last time we ever had, not since really the 18th century, we had a president that was really in a quote unquote third party, Whig party or constitutionalist party. Ever since the last 150 years or 200 years, it's been basically Democrats versus Republicans. So my question is that, and the last time really we had an independent major candidate that was running with Ross Perot, and that was back. But when we back, he ran. Did he run as a Republican? Did he run? I thought he ran as an independent.
It was a.
And then remember, if you can remember back far enough, when you look here, John Anderson ran when Jimmy Carter went against Ronald Reagan. He was an independent candidate. So my thing is really right now we have the bifurcated system where you got 2 parties, Democrats and Republicans, and the issue that I have with it is that. And I've been seeing this a lot on Facebook because, see, when I'm looking for material to you. Why am I looking at so many black people saying that the only thing Democrats want to do is keep us on food stamps and welfare, and that's how they get our votes? Do we really believe that foolishness?
I hope no one does.
Oh, gosh. No.
Okay, I'm going to go to Super Day here because I know he's going to have. Uh-oh, I already know that's Trouble knocking on the door. Okay, Trouble, come on inside. Do you believe that Republicans believe in self-sufficiency and Democrats believe in handouts? That's the argument. And basically, these supposedly woke Negroes are coming around here saying that basically what it is that Democrats are basically bribing us for votes, and they do it by keeping us on social programs. Dave, I got to get yours on this. Oh, well, look who came in. Looking like yesterday's mail. Hello, Mr. Ron Don. How you doing there, bro? Boy, you clean as a tap. Boy, you got them cuffs in those pants, boy. How you doing? Go over there and sit by you. Go sit by your boo Nick G. Y'all go over there and sit down now.
Elementary boo.
Oh, y'all elementary boo. Okay, that was your.
We've been friends since the 4th grade.
Oh, okay. Well, excuse me. I don't want nobody confronting the other woman, but anyway. Dave, come and talk to us. What do you think about that? Do you think the Democrats do that for black people? They just hand us out stuff so they can keep getting our vote?
I don't think anyone hands black folks anything, period. And as far as the two-party system, here's the thing I say. Left wing and the right wing is part of the same bird. So until black people start voting independently as a block, as opposed to just voting for one party or the other, neither one is going to change your circumstances. So here's the point. So if Democrats knew that you were going to vote for issues,
right?
So when these people that are running for this election now, here's all you got to ask them is, what have you done for the black community lately? Can you name one thing? Most of them can't, because see, we're too busy fighting for LGBT rights, Latino rights,
right?
DACA. This is what our leaders are doing. They're fighting for all of those issues,
right?
But they're not fighting for black issues. And until you start getting black leaders who are willing to stand up and fight for black issues, because think about it, LGBT folks fight for LGBT, right?
Right.
Hispanic organizations fight for Hispanic organizations.
Okay.
What organization do black people have fight for black people?
Okay, hold on. So let's argue this. When we talk about black people's issues, what would you say would be a black person's issue that really is prevalent right now? Because I got one right on the tip of my tongue.
Well, the one that everybody's talking about is crime.
Crime.
You know.
So crime synonymous with black people is what we're saying?
Economic development.
Okay.
All of those things that are important. You develop the economy, then you eliminate the crime.
Okay. So what about police brutality? The response of police in our areas, is that an issue?
Again, that's an issue as well. That's the point.
Right.
Is that where are those black leaders, even in this city, standing up against police brutality? You don't see them. You don't see preachers doing it. You don't see so-called leaders doing it. They're quiet as church mouses. So again, until black people decide that, hey, stop accepting the leaders that call themselves leaders,
right,
and demand them to do something. Right now, we don't even demand of our leaders to do anything. They're just black, and we vote for them. That's all we do. They're black, we vote for them.
Did that go on even here in Little Rock?
Of course it does.
Oh.
You know, it goes on all across the country. So until we start demanding of our leaders, who call themselves our leaders,
right,
to do something other than just go along to get along,
right,
it's not going to matter what Democrats or Republicans do.
We still a little bit.
Hey,
we still a little bit.
White supremacy still rules.
Well, what back in investors association, real estate associations, we pay our dues, we pool our money together, we get us a lobbyist, and that lobbyist works on behalf of the group,
right,
and make sure laws get passed to benefit the group.
Well, so that's an excellent point. So think about it from this perspective. Every ethnic group has a lobbying organization.
Right.
What's the black people's lobbying organization?
Well, it should have been CBC, but it's not. Obviously, it isn't.
So no one still believes in the NAACP?
Oh, yeah. I see your girl put that out there.
The NAACP has never been a black organization.
Yeah.
Hello. I just educated somebody.
Did you? Yeah.
Somebody asked it in the room. So
It has never been a black organization.
You the elder statesman. Go ahead.
The NAACP, I believe, was founded in 1921. W.E.B. Du Bois was part of that, along with about 4 other white people. One was a Jewish person as well.
Right.
If you look at the NAACP's movement, although it was co-opted by black preachers during the movement of the 60s, a whole role of the NAACP, look at what they do now. They don't fight for black rights. You call the NAACP. It seems that most people that head the NAACP
right,
are black people.
They're black people, right.
But they spend most of their time fighting for everybody else's rights. Where is the organization that fights for black rights? Where is it?
Well, we had Black Lives Matter, and they vilified that so bad. Now you have Coons, Nets, and your mama's like Candace Owens.
But you understand my point, though. Until we start getting people. Never in the history of this country have we had people to advocate for specifically black people. Mm-hmm. It has always been co-opted by some other movement.
Right.
Okay. And until we begin to make sure that we are sending people to Washington, to state houses, whatever the case may be, that's going to be unabashedly and unafraid to advocate for black issues.
Right.
We're going to continue to get what we get. And that's what's happening.
Okay, hold on. My girl Charmin is asking. She said, "What black organizations?" Oh, there go trouble. What black organizations are the panelists a member of to force them to fight? She's basically, I guess, what she's asking us: what do we belong to have force us to fight? And that's a very good point, Charmin, because you're right. I don't think actually I'm an active member of the NAACP or any black organization. Now, I do support Black Lives Matter, but then again, that became an issue when, hey, Trouble, how you doing? Yeah. That became an issue when they tried to co-opt it. I guess it got kind of co-opted by the feminist movement. There was a big feminist movement that infiltrated it. And it kind of became a women's movement more than it became a Black Lives Matter movement.
Bingo. So you just made my point again. So every movement that we've put together that is for black people has been co-opted by another movement.
Why black folks do
by
that?
the way, there's no such thing as a black feminist. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Oh, it's not.
Okay.
You, Nikki G, you're a black feminist. You believe in sisterhood empowerment.
I didn't say I didn't believe in sisterhood empowerment.
Oh, I'm just saying.
A black feminist is an oxymoron.
Is an oxymoron?
What do they fight for? Think about it.
White women.
They fight for, well, feminists want equal rights, equal pay for equal work.
Right.
So if you juxtapose black men and black women, who makes more money?
Oh, the black sisters do.
Bingo. So what are you fighting for? See, white feminists wanted black women in their movement because black women was the oil and the wheels in the civil rights movement.
Ooh. Hey, coming for David. I'm gonna leave.
Come on, bring it.
Oh, no,
Call the phone.
Oh, okay.
Call the phone. 855-525-5683. Look, I'm ready for all y'all mess today because I ain't for it. Okay, bring it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna. Ooh, Sean. She said call him. She said call him. That one. Call him. He said he didn't answer my original question. Stay on.
Okay. So the original question, as far as what organizations that I'm a part of,
right.
I'm not a part of any because I do radio. I'm on here every day. I talk about black issues every day. This is the only black radio station in the state of Arkansas that talks about black issues every day. That's my contribution to the movement. Now, sister, what's yours?
Oh, ow. Ow, that shade. Charmin, you might want to call. You want to call? Let me give you the number. 855-525-5683. That's a lot of fives there, by the way. Oh, Ronan, you want to come and chime in?
See, because here's the problem. Let me just say this one more time.
Okay.
See, every time a black person who has an opinion and somebody don't like it, the first thing you want to do is try to attack them. We need to stop that mess. Okay? Everybody is not going to agree with everything we say or you say, for that matter.
Right.
But what we have to understand is that everything that we've looked at in this country as we call institutions, if we're going to solve the problem of black people, we have to look at every one of them. Every one of them is on the table. The civil rights organizations, yes, the churches, the civics groups, the fraternities, the sororities, the clubs, all of them need to be on the table and understand, hey, how is white supremacy or how has white supremacy affected us in moving our people forward? That's the only question we ought to be asking here. So when you want to try to attack me, I'm good with that. But understand here that there's a bigger mission for what I'm trying to get done.
Get him, Nikki.
Did Sherman, I mean, I didn't read where she attacked you. She just asked a question.
I'm not saying she did.
No, she just said.
So
go ahead, Ron.
We shouldn't go after Dr. Ben Carson and Kanye West.
Oh, most definitely.
Definitely.
Oh, most definitely.
See,
you must attack ignorance. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Yeah, you must attack ignorance.
And see, here's the problem I have with it, and this goes for Demon and Instinct.
No. That's burnt cold and spider spit.
Oh, okay. I thought that was
burnt cold and spider.
Burnt cold and spice. Okay.
Spider spit.
Oh, I thought it was Aunt Jemima and Clabber Girl.
No.
But here's the reason I have an issue with people like them. Candace Owens, the conservative bad wench, has been getting so much. Oh, and by the way, let's go ahead and throw a little shade her way today. You know that she was very anti-Trump 2 years ago. Candace Owens.
Did you know she used the NAACP to sue somebody and got a settlement?
See. Yeah, she's
did
about
y'all
the
know
money.
that?
She's about the money.
Did y'all know that?
All of a sudden, it's a miracle. She fine. And I'm going to tell you like this. Anytime you can go from call yourself going far left to far right in the span of 2 years, then who were you in the first place?
Yep.
Here was the problem. So it's because let's go and we talk about this plantation. She the one that started and then brought Kanye and tagged him along. And then after Kanye tagged along, then here comes Chance the Rapper. Well, black people don't have to vote for Democrats. Okay, so let's go here. Sister, since you call yourself being anti-Trump, what made you change your mind? Because it seems to me what conservatives have learned about black folk, and this also goes to a post, Nikki, about the one that with T.I., and I'm sorry that Ron down there because he's the one that posted it. T.I.
Was he the one that posted it?
Was it Ron down? I think
I
it was.
don't know
Yeah, it
who
was.
posted it. But my comment on there was that I'm still baffled that black people with money think that they get a pass.
Right.
They
don't.
And they don't.
But
I
that's
mean,
but
but his whole issue, and then some people was like, but he had good points. I mean, okay, yes, you can start calling out, I make X amount of money, I bought this, I live here, I do this, I do that, but still, at the end of the day,
He didn't do it by himself.
You need to look in the mirror. At
He
the
didn't
end
do
of
it
the
by
day.
himself.
But tell the Dave, educate them. What did Malcolm X say you are if you black with money? What did they call you?
Well, I don't remember exactly, but
It wasn't a glorious term. They called us.
it wasn't.
You know, they call us an N-word is what they call
Right.
it. And the point I'm trying to make, and Rondon, that goes to your point. We talked about T.I.
Did you make that post?
Yeah, he made that point.
Okay. No.
And he used Jay-Z's infamous little quote at the end.
Didn't T.I. get arrested or something lately?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the post was about.
Oh, okay.
Right, it's about him getting arrested, and then him. So here's the thing.
And him throwing a fit about.
Look at
I
Cat.
remember him saying, "Do you know who I am?" Didn't he say
Always
something?
the comment, why do black people, when they get money, they feel like they
Right,
don't
because
get a
see,
pass?
They feel like they're exempt from black people
No,
problems.
y'all gonna learn. Look, y'all gonna learn today. I done told y'all gonna learn today. First of all, here's the problem. Conservatives are good at doing this, and this is what I don't like. They sit around here and take some black people, and look, let me get this. I never really saw a lot of black people that had a lot of conservative views till I moved down south. Because don't get me wrong. Living in big cities, you have to have a certain type of mindset to live there. And that's not to say that you don't have a lot of very conservative views. That's just like people assuming that there's not racism because you were born and raised in New York. There's a lot of racism in there. Yeah. It's just deep-seated, and because you're around a lot of people, you can't be open with it. But, of course, in the era of Trump, oh, Sharon going in again. Look at her. I'm just going to have to. You better call in. Don't be up here trying to throw shade on my post. You know what to do, young lady. In the era of Trump,
give her the number.
Yeah, get 855-525-5683. Call us in if you want to talk about it, because you just really got a lot to say, sister. Come on, say it. So here's my point. In the era of Trump, people don't feel they have to hide it anymore. They feel that they can just say what they want to say, and it's free speech, and it's covered, and you don't have to be politically correct anymore. So what conservatives have convinced to do is the black people, they've convinced them that, hey, all you got to do is get money and empower yourself. They have convinced black people that black conservatives are like Malcolm X. That's what they convinced. They convinced them that when you talk about empowering your people and stop living on handouts, you're in the spirit of Malcolm X. They hated Malcolm X. They wanted him dead.
Wait a minute. Conservatives live on handouts every day. It's called corporate welfare.
Right.
So
Yeah,
again, that's where the narrative and controlling the narrative is important.
Right.
Because just like you said, that's what they say. Right. But here's my thing is, what is conservatism anyway? Is that a political term, or is that your thought process of how you raise your children? You see, that's how they've co-opted that term as well. So that's why what we do here on Black Radio is so important, is because we have to break down what their terminology is, because their terminology does not necessarily translate to what we mean. So when you said, when you moved down south, that this was more conservative down here, that meant that, hey, you didn't do certain things, you didn't date certain times, you didn't have, that was a religious conservatism. Right. What this is talking about, their conservatism is more based on race and censorship. Right. So there's a difference between that. So you have to be careful when you talk about that. They're not concerned about people. That's pretty clear.
Right.
Their whole mission is to degrade people and pit people against one another.
Right.
And then make money all the way to the bank, a la your president today. So
right.
Until people understand to break down those messages, it's going to continue this way, because I can control more people if I control your mind than I can by putting force on you.
Well, come on out that meeting now. Come on.
Okay, am I caught up now on this?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I mean, she said she'd give her a minute.
Okay, give her a minute. Dave, you in trouble, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm
You
scared.
in trouble. She coming for you.
Yeah.
You in trouble, bro, because she coming for you.
No,
No, she's going there all
He's
day.
not in trouble.
We go-
This is
Yes, it's just a
this
debate.
is a robust dialogue.
It's a robust dialogue. Get him.
Because
Get him.
Ronnie want to know if he in trouble. It's not that, but
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He like unbothered. Okay, so let's go to the second part.
yeah.
This one I know you're gonna love. Lorenz, Head Sanford. I know you're gonna love this one.
Okay.
Should black people get off the political plantation religiously? Should we get off the plantation with that? Because you know, when we started the Devil's Advocate, we talked a lot on religious topics.
And we know that you don't practice.
Right.
Well, let me from a non-bias, right?
Right.
From a non-bias, I think it's still black churches that do a lot for the community, so
Right.
they are important. So we need those. But I think that if all you doing is praying and not doing nothing else, then yeah, you probably gonna have to get
Well,
off.
Fannie Lou Hammond
Yeah.
said, you gonna- yep.
Right.
You can pray until you faint, until you get up and do something.
So I mean, like, they do stuff for the community as far as like school supply drives,
Right.
and,
Right.
Coat drives.
coat drives, and help people write resumes and job hunting and stuff like that. But then also on the flip side, you have people that attend those churches, and when they get into a financial bind, which I always read is that someone may need help on an electric bill, and then they go to the church and ask for money, and they're always turned away.
Because
And
they
so-
look at their tithing record.
Because it depends on if they've
that's
been
not-
tithing.
that's
But
not-
is that right?
Some people, they run up in church and they think like, okay, I just go to the church, and if you're not contributing,
You have to be active,
you know,
an active member.
I mean, come on, if somebody just come up to me, family member, friend, and hey man, I need to borrow this and that, and
Right.
hey, they credit bad with me. I'm like, I might let you borrow it, but don't make a habit out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the non-spiritual way of looking at it.
But there have also been some talk in the group of people not believing in organized religion, or saying that back during slavery days that white man used religion to scare black people.
Oh yeah, here we go with that.
And so some people said that's why they do not practice a certain religion. So can you give
Give
us your reason?
Yeah.
Because you made it
Here go
known.
our two
it's not
antagonists
like
in the
a,
room.
no, it's not
Especially
like a
Ron.
secret,
I'm gonna let
because
Ron know
he's
he likes
made
to
it
do that.
known in
Right.
the group that he doesn't actively.
Well,
I don't think you said you were an atheist.
Nah, I'm more
Okay.
of an agnostic. So
Okay.
So you believe that the true nature of God cannot really be known?
right.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Believing in higher power.
sorta.
You're
Yeah.
a spiritual person.
Right.
Yeah, he's more spiritual religion. I believe we
Yeah.
all should be that. But
Right.
but go ahead, Head.
Well, I just think that it's a lot of it's outdated. You know, we got the Bible to me is outdated. It needs to be revised. You need a better version that's gonna
we
uplift
need a
black
better
people.
version.
Yeah, we need something that's gonna really make a difference, other than just going to church, praying, dancing, and singing.
right.
So
We need a Django version. We need
Okay.
whoop the colonizer.
So, and then someone asked, what if they're active but not money wise? They're active
Okay.
with their time in the church.
Okay.
You might as well not be there.
Okay.
Okay. So, time does not count.
Time does not count.
He said time does not count. It's all about money.
You an absentee lady.
I apologize for that you might
No,
as
you
well
don't.
not be
No,
there
you don't.
because the church is for spiritual growth and all that
The
good
church
stuff.
is for
But-
sinners.
But well, spiritual growth, songs
Okay.
and all that, but you better not step up and cleft a
Now-
dollar
now-
church and you not
Now hold on. Let me
paying
say
no
this.
tithes.
Let me say this.
So what she's saying is like, okay, you go to church, you really don't have the funds, you're struggling yourself, trying to pay your bills, so you really can't contribute money, but you can spend time in church, you know, maybe teaching a class or,
Okay.
you know, going up to the church,
Right.
you know, you participating
Right.
whenever they have some type of drive or something, but you just don't have the money to give because you're struggling yourself. If you're struggling paying your bills, should you go and give 10% or 15% or however much they ask for?
Okay, let me say this. Let me give y'all a deacon moment here.
Give from
And-
your heart.
Yeah. We're gonna give y'all a deacon moment. You're okay there, boy. I got you. Let me give you a deacon moment. The tithing was done away with the Levitical priesthood. That's what people don't understand. Okay, that was done away with. Now, tithing can come in many forms. You can give. It says give 10%
Right.
of what you earn. It can be your time. It can be your effort. In other words, if you're going to church and you have no money, and see, I had to learn this from my brother, who was at one time practicing Judaic. He said, according to the Jewish law, Torah, he said, if you are destitute, he said your duty is to tithe to yourself, not to tithe to your synagogue or to your church. That's your duty, because you cannot tithe properly if you're destitute.
Okay.
Okay. Now that's going to be unfavorable with some pastors, but let's just be real. Tithing really helps the church out supposedly to do God's work. To do God's work. So let's just be real about tithing. And people, and I see some
work.
black folks, oh, we talk about it. Oh, anybody gonna kid me for my blessing, do my 10%? Really? So you're trying to say that you don't get blessed unless you give something? Where did that come from?
Well, she's saying that a lot of the church can consume a lot of time and it's based more on tradition and not religion.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
We call that dogma. That's called religious dogma. That's what
Okay.
that's called when it's traditionalized. So what we have to understand is that when we're on this plantation, and we're on this plantation, believe to give, nothing we can ever give will ever get us a blessing. Nothing that we can give will ever.
So you don't think that some pastors keep blacks on the plantation?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think they do. There's an old saying, you have some people who follow their pastors to hell. They will. They'll follow them straight to hell. In the inbox. Nikki did
No comment. No
be all up
comment.
in your inbox. I mean, they will. I
They
mean,
stay in it.
and they want to make you first lady, young lady.
I'm not first lady material.
You're not
Trust
first
me.
lady. No.
Right on.
She's Sister Rubella with the pie. So my thing is, I mean, I'm just saying, we have to be honest and real about what we're looking for. And here's my problem. Here's the issue I have with churches, white churches versus black churches, churches of the colonizer.
They let you out early.
They always talk about you shouldn't have politics in the church. How many white churches you ever see follow that edict during
politics
election time?
everywhere.
Okay.
If you
What?
take religion from some people, man, their faith in Christ, they're lost. The way I look at it, regardless if you believe or not, if a brother go from doing drugs, being strung out, to doing better because of his faith in Christ, let him roll with it.
Right.
I'm all for that.
Right.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
One of our classmates.
Oh, when
said-
y'all class, they keep
he
the
said
names
that
anonymous.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
please. He said that he's a former deacon at
Mm-hmm.
a church, and their policy was you had to give time at the church
Mm-hmm.
or tithe, and neither anonymous, and neither.
Is it? You over there tickling her or something?
Hey, tithes, and if neither, then they'll direct you to city organizations that churches donate. Let me see the rest of it. That churches donate to.
Help those people.
So
right.
if you don't contribute financially or with your time, and you need some help to pay a light bill, they'll just direct you to a city organization.
Is that right?
Go ahead, Dave.
He said
He don't raise his
he said
hand.
that's
Go
what-
ahead, Dave.
I'm
Just
reading
go on,
what
man.
a former deacon said,
Well, yeah. From one former deacon to
and
another.
someone said true.
Go ahead, Dave. Go ahead. Yeah.
Since
you
I've
said
already
you
made
troubled
somebody mad at me this morning, I guess I'll continue. By the way, listen to Black Focus. You'll get more madder if that's such a word.
Yeah, that proper English.
But how is that benefiting black people because you can pay their rent 1 month or give them groceries
Right.
1 month? Black church.
Okay, we're talking. You speaking from a church standpoint when they send the people.
Right.
Okay.
Because it's funny. So here's what happened to me while I was in Nashville. I was going through my divorce and a top custody fight,
Right.
and couldn't pay my light bill, couldn't feed. I went to a prominent black church,
Right.
and they sent me to a city organization. I
Well,
was
they
appalled.
wrong for that.
I was appalled.
You was like,
Okay.
So the churches, the black churches here, some of them do the same.
But here's my point.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's good. You can give me a box of groceries. That's good. You can give me, you can pay my light bill for a month. But all the money that goes through your church on a Sunday morning, you mean to tell me that you can't set up a bank? You can't set up a restaurant where you can send your flock. You can't set up a hotel so when you have conventions that black people can come and spend that money in your hotels.
Or if a family is homeless, they can come and stay at your hotel for a minute until they get back on their feet.
You see, this is why I said earlier that every one of our institutions need to be laid on the table and re-examined, because people, and no offense, a lot of these black churches run around here saying, oh, we're doing a lot in the community, yet the community is getting worse. Am I not true? Is that not true?
Okay, yeah, to a
Okay,
certain degree.
so if you're doing all this in the community and there's a church on every corner,
right.
am I
It
not
look
correct?
better than
In
some
the
of
black
houses
community.
in the area.
All right.
Yeah.
But these communities
Right.
are getting better. So that means to tell me the definition of insanity to me is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result.
Right.
That's what's been going on in our communities.
Right.
Everything must be put on the table, including the black church, and re-examined.
Okay, she's back. She said,
yeah. She didn't get on the
okay,
phone.
I know. She said, dogs get mad. People challenge your thoughts, David. Why don't you lead the charge on that? You have so many ideas.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the radio.
Well, he
That he on the radio.
Every day. And by the
On your radio.
way,
Yeah.
people, well, I'll just throw this out there. I don't get paid to do what I do here on this station. All right. I could take my expertise and go to a white radio station and make real good money. Not to be bragging, but I've been doing this for 35 years. I came to Joinet Radio because, number one, it was black owned and operated.
Right.
Number two is because we wanted to put together a program that would create a venue for black people to have black thought. You're exactly right. I do radio.
Yeah, she said, what do you do to help the communities? Are you part of the solution or the problem?
I'm part of the problem. Part of the problem.
Because what if people don't listen to the radio? And she wants to know, what is your expertise?
Well, maybe you should tell them to listen to the radio. Listen. I'm sure they listen to 92Q. I'm sure they listen to all that other crap.
They listen to Atlanta Housewives.
Exactly.
Don't hush.
Just be quiet, bro. You gonna get a fight started in here.
That's not radio.
Exactly. It's mess.
Okay,
Well, my
then,
expertise is type miter rating. Yep.
Someone sounds upset. What happened?
Tell her the next time.
That's trouble. Don't
Tell her the next time I have
We will.
wait a minute. Tell her the next time I have a free grant writing seminar so that she can start a non-profit organization to help the community. Tell her to show up.
We're
Whoa.
gonna
Hello.
we will,
You wanna check me?
Wait a minute. We will invite her in to be a special
Yeah.
guest.
do
Let
that.
her be a special
We'd
guest.
love to
You
have
hear that,
her.
Char? You in trouble, Delwo? Because see, I got you now. See, I got you.
She,
Yeah.
I know she
Yep.
said that she do have a job and she can't phone in.
Oh, so she trying to
But
call
I
me
will-
baby
but,
boy
but
now.
I will say that she does stuff in the community
Okay.
a lot. She does
does.
a lot of stuff in the
So
community.
let's join forces.
And right now, I think that she is helping. I'm not gonna say because I can't really remember.
Hey, I need a
exactly what
grant.
It is.
For real. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, Amy.
She write grants, but
But-
she's doing something else with the city right now. But she does a lot in the community. I will say so.
She does.
We will. Who's
Well, the crackhead does a lot in the community
no,
on Saturday night.
seriously, who's saying she does?
Huh?
I thought I heard something. Okay. Well, she does a lot in the community,
Mm-hmm.
so we're going to invite her in as a special guest.
Okay, well that's good.
Good.
That's good. Yeah, invite her in. Yeah, you hear that? Yeah. Now you got to come on with that. So let's go ahead and take a break. Anybody else want to talk about anything on the plantation? We're going to come back on the plantation too. Because seeing today we have some interesting things go on again in the country. Never a dull
Mass
week
shooting.
in Trump's. Look at trouble.
Another shoot. Yeah, I was just leaving the gym and I saw it on CNN.
Yeah, 8 killed in a school shooting.
Yeah, another school
in,
shooting again.
in Texas.
Yeah.
Like my boy said, this is America. So we will be back momentarily. That's right, guys. Devil's Advocate. Having issues with child support, traffic tickets, criminal matters, family, wills, estates, and probate matters? Call Jimmy C. Morris of the Morris Law Firm here in Little Rock, Arkansas, an aggressive powerhouse attorney that will fight for you. Call him 7 days a week from Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. and from Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Weekend appointments are also available. And also, check out Jimmy Morris on The Devil's Advocate once a month for our infamous Ask the Attorney segment as he talks about social, political, and legal issues. Check him out, and his dedicated staff of professionals will fight for justice for you. Again, that's the Jimmy C. Morris Law Firm. His number is 501-319-7647. That's the Jimmy C. Morris Law Firm. His number is 501-319-7647. Call him.
Judgment's divine. I'll tell you who you can call. You can call. You better call the police, call the coroner, call up your priest, have a warn ya. Won't be no peace when I find that fool. Put it back to road. Yeah. Who did that to you, my baby? Who did that to you?
Yeah. Are you? We are back. Well, you was on live, that's for sure, because everybody heard that. So anyway, thanks, guys. We are back. I don't know what's going on outside. Somebody doing being it's cray. I don't know. Okay, so. We are back, and let's talk about some things on the plantation when we talk about black folk here. Everybody knows what happened at the mall the other day, didn't they?
What happened? What happened at the mall?
You didn't hear about the stabbing that happened yesterday at the mall?
Something about 3 people stabbed.
Three people stabbed, and then because you remember. And then one of the business owners, of course, came out and made an argument about us black folk. Saying that we is animals.
I don't think she's open today.
Oh, you don't think she's open today?
No, I don't think she's open because I do know that some white restaurant owners have come out to say stuff and talked about not going to her place of business anymore. And I think it's a brand new business. I think she may have opened in March.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, that's a great way to grand opening, grand closing.
The one where the police officer was on television speaking live, and you know when they're on live, you can make comments.
Right.
And she said that the black people were acting like monkeys or
we're
something.
animals. We animals.
Right. So since she said that, I guess someone clicked on her
because once that live is on,
and once they went to her page, it saw that she owned a business, and so everybody went to her business page, and she just totally shut all her social media down last night.
What's the name of the business?
It is Louisiana Gumbo Pot.
Yeah, Gumbo Pot.
Now
it's getting ready to be Park Plaza new parking lot. That's what it's getting ready to be. Because first of all, she sat around here and swooping down. She got hacked. That was funny to watch her try to backtrack out of that.
Her exact words was, "Why is it always black people? Always just animals with no proper raising." So someone went to her Facebook page after she said that and it's called
She closed
Louisiana
today. Okay.
Louisiana Gumbo Pot.
Okay.
Is she close? It's at 9813 West Markham, Suite
Put
B,
it right on blast.
Little Rock, Arkansas 72205.
Got a phone number for us? A website?
I think it's her.
Fax number?
But what was her comment?
Oh, let me go and put her on. Let me go look her up.
She said that my Facebook has obviously been hacked, and I am mortified.
Well, of course you were.
For anyone who knows me in person, know that I would never, ever say anything like this. I am sick to my stomach right now. I encourage anyone who would want to discuss this with me and these false statements made against me to reach out to me because it isn't who I am. Of course. Okay. And then she said my personal page, that was on her personal page, but then she went to her business page and said my personal page has been hacked and someone has said very terrible things on my behalf. If you know me personally, basically she got caught. She didn't think, you know what it is? She was on her personal page and she made that racist comment.
Right.
And since it was live, she didn't think anyone, she just wasn't thinking, but she didn't think anyone would click on her name, which
and
led to her business page.
Right.
And she shut down her Instagram last night. She shut down her personal Facebook page and her business page.
So let me, Lorenz, you're a computer guy. I'm a computer guy. How often does someone get hacked?
Not on Facebook. I mean, they do on Facebook.
They do, but
they do,
left
but
their
it's
page
very
open.
rare.
But the thing
rarely
about it,
happens.
you
Right.
cannot personally contact Facebook.
You know, it rarely happens at some. The point is that when all these people, wherever they are,
Right.
when they say, "Oh, my page was hacked," when they've been exposed, that's usually a lie.
It is, yeah.
In fact, I can tell you from a computer standpoint, that is a lie.
Yeah, it
okay,
is.
so don't buy that. The bottom line is, hey, it's one of those businesses. What y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna give her a week and pray about her and hold hands and sing Kumbaya and go back and visit next week?
No.
No, because there's some white business owners on here. They basically saying shut her down.
Well, that could be an underlying story to that.
Well, let's talk. Yeah.
See, if that's your competition.
Well, the person said, I don't know. I think he's just over a Facebook page that go around to different restaurants. But he said that he think, I think instead of this, we should write another black-owned business article. So.
Or how many black-owned businesses are in Park Plaza?
She's not in Park Plaza.
Is that not in Park Plaza?
Yeah,
I don't know.
they're in Park Plaza.
I thought that was in
it's
Park
in the
Plaza.
mall,
I thought that was in the food court.
Okay, I thought okay, I guess.
Yeah, I thought that's where.
So my question becomes, and here's the real question that underlies.
So somebody that's work on the mall, call us and let us know if she open today.
Yeah, let us know if she open so we can go in there and shut it down real quick.
Okay.
So let's just go up here and ask a question. Let's talk about the underlying question. Let me go and put two sides of the coin here. Do black people? Here's another plantation we got. Why we got to act a fool in public? And let's just be real about it. Why do we go out? It's like Christmas time and the end of school year. There's always something going on in Park Plaza Mall. It's like everybody. Did anybody remember a couple of years ago when the girl got jumped at Chili's? Did anybody remember that? That happened right at graduation. Anybody remember that about 3 years ago? When these kids came into the Chili's and jumped her right there in the restaurant. It was all in the news in Little Rock about 3 years ago.
That was your people?
No, but I wish it was. You'd have been reading about some more bits. But here's my point. Why do black folks come out here and act a fool?
I mean, as far as
and I'm not justifying this one. I'm just trying to understand why we're doing it.
I thought that you had to go in with an adult. I don't know. I don't go to the mall. But wasn't
Me
it?
neither,
I
but-
know that Park Plaza had so many issues. I know at one time you
Where is
can't.
it at?
Did they have
Trouble. Where's it at?
Under 17 or something.
I thought it was like 17 or 18.
at any time, or
Right.
is this
Yeah.
just weekend?
You had to
or
have
after
an
a certain
adult.
time? At any time of the day? Well, I guess they would be at school, but
2-3 years
Right.
ago.
But a lot of schools are letting out now, and a lot of seniors, and it's probably seniors.
so was this?
and they're settling
teenagers-
beefs at the mall. is
Was
what they're
this
doing.
teenagers yesterday that was fighting?
I want to say it probably was.
Because I know they said someone got stabbed. I know it was 3
Yeah.
At Park Plaza, yes.
Plaza, yeah.
yesterday.
Park Plaza, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was
But
teenagers or
Trouble
what.
is saying her business is not in Park Plaza, so I'm trying to figure out.
Okay, I didn't
so
think
she
it
might
was
have just
in
been
the
somebody
mall.
that was reading the news article and
Oh,
started
okay.
flipping off at the
Oh,
mouth.
okay.
Because I'm looking her up right now as we speak, and I'm looking for an address.
She has
and it's showing
deleted
it.
everything. I was reading the address. It's on Markham somewhere, but I'm not exactly
Yeah, it's
sure
on
where.
Markham Suite B. No, the page you requested is down right now. I bet so.
She shut everything
Oh, look at
down.
that! Don't you love that? Pink?
So if her page had been hacked,
Right.
would she have shut all that stuff down? I rest my case.
Oh, her page. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
If your business is legit, all right. And by the way, folks, let's stop doing this. When you go to a white business and they disrespect you as a black person, don't prove to them that you somebody by paying your money and buying their products anyway. Walk out, please. Stop.
Yeah.
All right, just turn
And,
around
okay,
and walk
and hold
out.
on, black folks, please don't wait till you eat all their food to do it. Now, that's a good way to make a statement, but don't have 18 margaritas and steak and lobster and decide, time to walk out.
Okay, look, I mean, let's be
Hold on,
honest here.
look, take the mic, bro.
Let's just be honest here. How many times have you been out with certain black people and they just complain too much?
Get your food spit in and stuff.
It's like they want to get something free.
Okay, that's another plantation we need to work on too.
I'm an ex-waiter, and I'm going to tell you, brother, I don't like waiting on black people.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
I think we spoke on the tips and stuff.
I'm just going to be real.
So
And especially, let me be more specific, especially black women
Uh-oh.
who are
Ooh.
going to a show. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Now, I didn't wait at tables at no Chili's, I
You
waited
was at
tables
the
at
high-class
posh
restaurants.
restaurants.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So I know from experience,
Right.
not it has nothing to do with me being racist.
Right.
It has everything to do with I know that them sisters are gonna come in there. They're gonna run me to death.
Right.
They're gonna want everything. They're gonna flirt with me, wanting free stuff. And then when I get done with them, they're gonna leave me $2. Okay. If I'm lucky.
okay,
I'm just being real.
Back when you was
Ooh, the shade is
waiting
heavy on my page
did
today.
you have
Okay,
some good black?
I did.
customers? Okay,
I did.
all right,
and
all right.
here's the other thing. So what you have to do, cause see, I'm an ex-waiter. I'm an excellent tipper. I'm 25%.
Right.
Period. So you have to be careful. My thing is that I'm going to initially give you great service, but when I know you giving me crap,
Yeah.
You got
I'm done with you.
Right.
There's your water. I'm done with you, and it becomes pretty apparent whether or not
Okay.
they're going to tip you.
Okay,
okay.
hold on.
All right,
Okay,
yes.
okay. One correction. They said that the stabbing were adults.
Okay, they were adults. Okay.
And the business, she cooked out of a community commercial kitchen that you share with other business. Like if some people want to do food prep and they don't want to do it out of their house, they
Yeah,
can go to
I
this
think I know
community
who she
thing
shared
and
that
cook.
with,
So
too.
that's
Right.
what she did. She cooked meals out of there and sold them because I think somewhere I read that she actually delivered as well.
Yeah, she's a caterer too. Yeah.
David, they said you a jack of all trades. They said now you was an elite waiter.
Yeah,
That's
Jay
that-
is heavy on you today, boy.
Hey, check this out.
Jay.
That's why I will never be broke. Think about that. You all are still trying to figure out what residual income is. I figured that out a long time ago.
Right on.
Okay? No offense.
Well, you gone, pimping.
Okay, well,
All right.
the ladies on here said that they tip 20 and 30%.
That's great.
That's great.
And
You ain't lying, but they
wait
gonna
a
make their
minute,
way to-
and let me just be clear, because
Okay.
I had a birthday celebration, and it was all females, and we all tipped very well. I think our waiter was very impressed.
Was he
So
white?
let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Have you been out with some sisters that I just described?
Yes.
I have.
Okay. So tell
have.
your girls don't get mad at me. Okay.
But wait a minute, I've also been out with some men that's done
Oh,
it
I
as
agree.
well.
I agree.
Now,
Now,
look.
I'm gonna tell you, I've waited on some brothers who you think, man, they come in, they looking good, they balling, they got the Rolexes on, man. I'm thinking, and then of course I'm a brother. You thinking
Hold on, now,
and
hold
you
on, wait a minute.
relate?
Now they hood rich or they
No, I'm
actually
just saying they look
rich?
professional.
The cats from the hood always think they
we have a
special.
good conversation
Nah,
throughout
dude,
the
I'm
meal, and then boom, you get that. You present that check and get that tip. It's $2.
She said,
my
my tip for David is, well, I'll say that for when she come in the show.
She said she gonna save it for Jay.
She said she
You
gonna
got problems, Dave.
I haven't.
You got
She's going to.
problems,
She
bruh.
said she's
They
going
coming
to
for
save
you.
it for
Yep.
your enchanted first meeting.
Wow.
Wow.
Enchanted.
You in trouble, bro.
Not.
I don't even want to see it. It's going to be bloody. I'm just saying.
She said they know what residual income is. Stop being so classist.
Woo, she got back up now, Dave. You in trouble, bro. You going to
Wow.
stop messing with niggas here for these pieces. That's what you going to do.
And Nina said she tips 20%.
Yeah.
Steak and lobster,
Do,
yeah. Yeah.
do she?
Yeah. What?
Y'all didn't catch that?
This nigga's deal. A high five on that one. There's a high five on that one, damn woman. Woo! Like Ric Flair say, woo! Oh my God! It took me a second to catch it too. I'm like,
Me
what?
too, and then I
Wait, what?
Everybody laughing. Everybody on the page that know about it.
Woo! Ric Flair goes, boy, look.
I couldn't pass that up. You left it wide open. I couldn't pass it up.
Woo! That was a good one, boy. I owe you for that one, nigga G. I owe you for that one.
Okay, one of our listeners would like for David to quit saying we're getting mad because dogs get mad.
Well, why y'all getting mad?
She
Why y'all
said-
mad?
she said
Why y'all
we're-
mad? Why
we're-
y'all mad?
She said we're merely challenging your constantly changing opinions.
Yeah, Dave, you got trouble coming, bro. You did that.
And Nina said, yep, if it's good, yep.
Yeah.
Yep. She
If it's
tipping,
good.
she tipping 20.
You giving 20?
Well, and that's the point. If you get good, if you give good service, you ought to give good. You ought to give a good tip. So.
Yeah, you should.
As a waiter, when you was waiting, Dave,
Thank you, Dave.
was you ever
You on that stuff today, bro?
was you ever impressed by people tipping you when you thought otherwise?
I'll tell you a quick story. The most impressed I was with Al Jarreau and his band, because I've waited on tons of celebrities, athletes and things of that nature. Speaking of which, very cheap athletes. They don't tip at all. And they allowed me to recommend the dish,
Okay.
which was one of the highest on the menu, which that wasn't why I did it, but it was the best.
Right.
And each one of them ate it, and they gave me a 50% tip
Okay. but
on it.
I
So,
was like, was
and I didn't expect that.
Was you ever impressed by a little Smoke Dog and Coco when you
Well,
thought,
see,
okay, I know these boys ain't getting ready.
Right, no, but here's the thing with me on that. I only judge you when I see that tip.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, right.
It doesn't matter. It didn't matter to me because this restaurant I did in Memphis, we had a lot of kids who would come up from Mississippi.
Right,
We called
right.
Memphis the capital of Mississippi.
Okay,
And
right,
they would come up for prom and graduation, things of that nature, because it was the place to go at the time. And I didn't judge you based on where you came from, what you look like. The only thing I judge you on whether or not you tipped me 15%. That's all that mattered to me.
Okay.
And that's how I looked at it, because that's what I worked for at that time was tips.
Right.
So
So, Dave, you're getting a lot of questions today.
okay,
Do your residual income allow you to help blacks that need help since you're a thousandaire?
no, I'm actually 100-aire, but I have some knowledge. If you want to work, I'll be glad to share it with you.
Okay, there's your answer.
I help plenty of people every day.
We gonna get ready to rumble when she come in here, because she on one today. Guys, we get ready to go over time, but I want to thank everybody for joining. Charmin, chill out. We gonna get her up in here.
Her come in as a guest.
Yeah, we're gonna have our coming guests, and then we're gonna have Jerry Curl juice and weed flying all over this spot. So we're gonna take us, guys. We're gonna take us a break this week. Hopefully, we'll be back if we haven't insulted enough hassle, so we can come back next week. And I want to thank you guys for joining. Oh, by the way, wow.
Nina's gonna get me.
Wow. So,
I'm sorry.
Wow.
We always have to throw some shade.
yeah, boy, throw some shade to Shady Boots. Yeah. So we gonna see you guys next week. We want to thank you. Same bad time, same bad channel. Oh, and do not forget, folks. Next week. And we're looking at doing some events coming up. We're going to do a Devil's Advocate picnic. Do not forget about that. We'll keep you guys connected to it. And don't forget to shout out to Black Swan Catering, one of our sponsors. They do great food. Curly and Big Will Sykes. Hey, again, we'll see you guys again next week. Same bat time, same bat challenge. Don't forget, if you can't stand the heat, stay out of Hell's Kitchen, folks. Bye.
I'm not afraid to do the Lord's work. He said vengeance is his, but I'ma do it first.
Poindexter Furniture has it going on. 3-piece motion set.